Not to suddenly change the topic, but do you want to know something which has been on my mind too much and I've had to get it completely out now because it's driving me nuts and I'm just thinking about it. You know, public toilets. You know how, like, if you're in a public toilet, you go to the toilet stall, you do your business, you get out, you wash your hands, you leave. I feel like there's a step in the middle which is kind of been ill thought out because you leave the stall, but you have to like redress yourself before you get washed. Now, I don't care how clean you are at washing yourself off before you put your pants back on, but you have to put your pants back on before you use that sink and wash basin. I feel like that just feels weird to me now. Like for the entire 20 seconds where you have to touch shit with, you know, it may be clean, it may, those seats will never see your ass. Doesn't matter, it sees enough people's ass. You know, if you're out in town doing your business and then suddenly you need to drop some business, what you gonna do? You there's a public toilet like 2 minutes away, but maybe you have to go home. Maybe it's a toilet in a restaurant, toilet at a sports facility. You know, nature calls when you need when it runs, and you need to be at its beck and call outside the wild. But what if you're not in the wild? Like we as a society have built public rush rooms for this reason, but it feels like there's an ill-begotten step after doing your business and cleaning up. Like I said, you could write the cleanest, but if you haven't wiped the cleanest, you're gonna touch yourself with that hand, and then you need to wash yourself. I mean, if we're gonna have like a dozen sinks in a public wash facility, why don't we put a little sink in each stall so that you can rinse yourself off before leaving the stall? Infinitely more hygienic. Infinitely more hygienic. Imagine that. Imagine that you can wash your hands, you can then pull up your pants, and then leave. In fact, you need to see a human being even less. Maybe it's cheaper to get one big mirror than a dozen small mirrors. You just use a bidet. But what if you're in a country without a bidet? Bidets are great, and bidets should be in every country. I agree on this. Bidets are the pillar of civilization which not enough people have supporting them. But what if you don't have access to a bidet? You just have to raw dog clothing yourself, because you're not going to exit at stall with your pants down. No one's going to do that. Who decided that public restrooms should be this pillar, this temple of desecration, of disgust, of uncleanliness? Urinals rye. Urinals are... Like, I understand the convenience of a urinal. You go in, you don't need to take your pants off, you pee, you wash, you leave. There's never enough urinals. Now, I get the fact that no matter what, there's going to be some amount of splash off a urinal. There are urinals that are very well designed to mitigate it. There needs to be more mitigation, but the thing is now, there's a lot of urinals that don't flush. Like, a lot of them have a flushless system. They've just been adapted with, like, a coating that means that they don't need to be rinsed, and I don't know, I feel like that isn't right, and I get saving water, but, like, you don't want to go to a public restroom if you don't want to. Why is it an even number? Yes. No. Don't piss on the door. Don't mess up the restroom. People always mess up the restroom, don't clean up after themselves. These are bad people. Do not ruin the location for anyone else. No one wants to be there. So why make it shittier? And also, someone has to clean that up. Why are you just ruining someone's day? No, don't do that. People should be able to clean themselves in peace. And yeah, they might clean a gas station once a day, depending on where you are. Do not ruin the shit for everyone else. No one deserves that. People will risk bladder explosion till they get home. They are. You have to protect the sanctity of this location. It's insane the amount of disrespect people have when it comes to a public bathroom. I don't know why I'm defending them so much, but it feels like it's a situation where they could be a lot better than they are. And half of it is because people are shit. Because of a mere possibility that maybe there is a poor motherfucker who run into a toilet with the expectation of a floor not being slippery. Yeah. Or people to run into a bathroom hoping that there's a toilet that's just actually been flushed. Why would you not flush? It is literally like, it's the litmus test. It is like the litmus test of having a trolley at a supermarket. If you can't take your trolley back to the trolley shed, why go to a supermarket? It takes 18 seconds. You make it safer for people. to send a message. No, it is not to send a message. It is sheer laziness and sheer disrespect. People who didn't get raised right. People who have nothing left to live for. I don't care what you're doing. If you can't take a trolley back to a trolley shed, if you can't flush a toilet after yourself, something has went wrong. Public toilets are kind of bad, but not because they're bad. Like, me ranting about them being bad is entirely just, this is just in the moment. The only thing I wanted to mention is, like, this missing step in for, you know, if you're in your own home, you can wash up before you pull your pants. But if you're in a public toilet, you have to pull your pants before you wash up. Which means that there is a fundamental issue with the cleanliness, because you're expected to raw dog clothing yourself. When I was in school, there was someone who went to the school bathroom. First mistake, going to the school bathroom. And what they had done is they, exactly this, they had left the bathroom after the stall after flushing. And then they went to wash their hands. And as they were washing their hands, the pants still down. One of the teachers came in as like an inspection, because they were inspecting the toilets, inspecting the facility. There was like a school inspection. And then the students down, pants down, washing hands. Like, why aren't your pants up? Well, I'm washing my hands. I need to wash my hands. If they were doing a smart move, you want to know what happened? They got a detention. They got punished for being clean.